So this is the Popeye and olive oil set from Pantasy. It is set number 86401 and it retails for £119.95 on Amazon, which I'll put a link for in the description below. It has 1,500 pieces, so a really good piece count for the price. And what I love about this is that if you look at the back in the details of the set, we get different facial expressions in the build for Olive and Popeye, so you can decide how you would like to build them. You can also change how the figures are posing, which is also really, really nice. And here we even have a diagram telling us the dimensions of the build, and it's actually quite big. So it is 35.5 centimeters tall and 33.5 and pretty much 33.5 centimeters wide. So it's quite a reasonable size build. And inside the build, we get this lovely lighthouse, as well as Popeye and olive oil, of course. We get an anchor here, a can of spinach, and we also get the little cat here as well. And finally, another really great detail that I've noticed from the box is that it looks like we get some really cool printed pieces as well. So let's get the box open and get building. So to begin with here, it looks like we get some of the kind of base plate parts for the landscaping stand at the bottom below. And we also have what looks to be 3 bags numbered number 1 and 4 bags labeled number 2. And here is the instruction manual here. I absolutely love it. It's very like old school comic book sort of theme to it. And at the start, we get just a run through of the instructions. It's a really nice colour as well. And let's have a wee look at the back. We have a total of 473 steps. So let's get building. I've also just noticed when I've opened up the manual, if we go past this initial build instruction page, we do get a really nice introduction to the Popeye story, some details about him as a character and why there is basically a can of spinach in there. If anyone knows the Popeye story, they'll understand why. His love with olive oil there, and some just really nice comic book style storylines along here. I love all this, all the little details it adds in. And Jeep, the magical pet of Popeye. The first one, obviously going in order of bags 1 to 2, is the Popeye section. And I've just finished building this here, and this was the landscape parts, and here we have what I've done so far. How awesome does this look? So I really like how they've done it. They've built it up so it's quite a sturdy kind of base. Like in terms of other brands, you might want to kind of do what we call Mills plating, where you kind of thicken the base to make it sturdy, but that is not required with this set. It's very, very sturdy. I could quite happily pick this up and feel like nothing's going to come off, and it's going to be quite happy there. So that is really, really great. Also, just to say as well, there were some lovely printed pieces. So all of these kind of lighthouse parts here are all printed. We've got this amazing spinach can, which is obviously very apt for Popeye because he loves his spinach. So this is all printed as well. And the quality is really, really great. If I scratch away at that, nothing is coming off. So I love that added touch. The anchor here is a very kind of sprayed silver kind of look. It actually says that in the detail in the set that it's sprayed. And it really adds like the kind of shine to it that you would expect of like a metal anchor. I also love how they've built these waves. I love, love, love this. I would definitely pull this over into my own mocks for sure, because you've got different sizes as well, so it's quite good that I could potentially use these in my own designs. And I think it really adds to it as well. It adds a little bit of height at the back of the build and a little bit down here as well. And of course we have these little crab and starfish pieces, which are really nice, add a bit of colour. And we've got Popeye's cat here as well. I love his nose, it looks so, so goofy, and it just is the cutest thing ever. And again, these are also printed pieces as well. Of course, you can't go without saying about the Popeye piece here. So these are 2 separate pieces that can obviously make up the Popeye name here, and these are also printed as well. So that is the base so far. I'm really, really happy with it. I love like the height. I think it kind of sets up how Popeye and Olive are going to look, and I'm already seeing some kind of exposed studs here and this kind of piece here that looks like this might be where we're securing them on once they're built. So without further ado, let's get our characters built. So the first character to be built was Popeye, and here he is here. How awesome does he look, guys? Oh my god, he just looks absolutely hilarious. So accurate. I don't think this could have been designed any better. Look at this piece. This piece looks very, you know, I think it could be used for something else other than a chin, put it that way. It looks absolutely fantastic, and it just really, really adds to this character's personality and reflects it in the build. Again, as I mentioned at the start, these are printed pieces here, so this is really, really nice. I really like the way it's built. I think it's really good because it really does allow for some maneuverability with the character. You can put him in different poses, the arms move and everything like that, and also the legs as well. So let's get him mounted onto the landscape so I can play about with him a bit more and show you. I've now put Popeye onto the base, as you can see. So the way that he was attached was with that kind of sticking up piece through basically a hole that was very perfectly kind of integrated into the build on his foot. So this foot is very, very stuck on here. This foot is actually loose, and it does mean that he does move a little bit. It means that you probably wouldn't want to pick this up now that he's on, otherwise he will move, he will fall. But I imagine people won't be moving the set too much if they decide to. So yeah, I've tried to position him in this kind of similar sort of pose as seen in the box, really showing and flexing off those arms with that nice printed piece there. But I think he just looks awesome. Obviously this isn't like to scale, he's not the size of a lighthouse obviously, but I really love how they've added that in to kind of remind us that he is Popeye the Sailor Man. So it makes sense that he's on a coastal little landscape there, and he's got spinach there too. So what I'll do is I'll move him over ever so slightly like this, and just show you like how the arms can move. They're on a ball joint here, you can see, so that is the same for both arms and also for the legs as well. So you can like move him like this, you can move like his arm sort of thing as well ever so slightly. It's obviously been designed to make it look like he's clutching, which is really, really cool. So yeah, let's keep his arm up so it looks like he's flexing his muscles. And yeah, you could move around his legs a bit if you'd like as well. As I said, there's a ball joint just here at the waist and also here where I guess what would be like his knee. So yes, you could move him into a different pose ever so slightly if you would like. And I really like the how accurate the kind of design and the colour is that it goes with his outfit. So just to kind of show you like an image on the box here, you can see that obviously it has like the red collar, the blue kind of cuffs to his sleeves, and a black top with yellow buttons, and you can see that's exactly kind of what they've tried to reflect here. So yeah, I think it's really, really accurate. It's got a really nice kind of shiny gold pipe as well, which again I think adds a little bit of class to the build and definitely makes it seem kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't cheapen the set, I think is what I'm trying to think of the right words to say. It really does add to it, and I think it really just spices up the set so nicely. So I'm not going to leave him alone any longer than I need to, so let's get Olive Oil built as well so I can get her joining him on the base here and see how the final set looks when it's complete. And so here we have Olive Oil finished as well as a buildable character just in front of her box, just to show you. I think she looks fantastic. She looks very classy and very cute, very petite in respect to Popeye in terms of like they've really shown off her very ladylike features with the very, very thin arms, characteristic of her in the TV series of course. And yeah, again, they've really reflected kind of like what her character looks like in terms of like what she wears and the colour choice and everything like this. And I think it's just been done so cleverly. I absolutely love it. I don't think they could have done this again any better, with the red and white collar very characteristic of her. And yes, again, you can really move the limbs around as well, however you would like to make her pose. In terms of the legs, there's a little bit of a difference here. So this left one here is rigid and doesn't move. This is because based on the picture on the box, this is where she is going to attach to the base with these 4 exposed studs. The other foot, however, is on a ball joint and can be moved to different poses. So I guess it just depends how you would like her maybe to look on the stand. I guess you could have her more flat-footed, which I think would probably be better in terms of stability. However, I guess you could also kind of do what she's doing in this kind of pose here, which I think is the general idea, where she's kind of, you know, being her very dramatic self, where she's like, oh, I need help and I'm very ladylike and girly. So she's like kicking up her foot. So that is the 2 options with that. But as I said, I feel like if you don't put her very flat-footed, she is a little bit less stable, and that's obviously not what we want. So I'll probably put her just flat-footed kind of strategically on the stand. And yes, as I said, I really like the colours here. And just like with Popeye, we do get another facial option for her. So she can have this sort of smiley face, or she can have this one where she almost looks kind of sleepy, I suppose. And you would just add that nose piece onto here, of course. So there is that option for her face as well. Both the face pieces are printed as well, and again, no issues when I scratch at that either. So without further ado, let's get Olive onto the base with Popeye. And here we have the finished build. Oh my goodness, I think this looks fantastic. I'm just going to move this box out of the way to give us a very bare background so we can see the detail here. How awesome does this look? Oh my gosh, I think it looks fantastic. I used to love watching Popeye when I was growing up, so I do remember the cartoon very well. I used to watch it with my sister and used to get obsessed with eating spinach, thinking it was going to make me all strong, but yeah, obviously it doesn't. It doesn't have some magic powers like it does in Popeye. But yeah, how awesome do these guys look? This is the box here just to show you a comparison. So yeah, very, very accurate. I don't think there's been any kind of like misinterpretation from the box as to the build, because I know that can sometimes happen when you buy from different brands or like a really well-known brand. Sometimes it doesn't come out how you'd expect, but I think this looks absolutely fantastic, spot on. Could not have designed this any better, so I'm super happy with it. I'm really, really excited to display this as well. We are starting to run out of space drastically in our flat, so yes, this set is going to be displayed in our bathroom. I think it's very apt because, as I said, he is a sailor man, so it'll fit in quite well with the decor there. But yeah, here we have them both next to each other looking happy as a clam. Very, very happy with that. And yeah, just to show you as well, I have flat-footed Olive here just to make her a bit more stable. And she can also lean against the anchor a little bit to help with that. So yes, I wouldn't recommend lifting the set with both of them on it. I will probably take them off to move it and then put them back on. Olive oil at least especially, so that is just a little tip I would probably put out there. But otherwise, I am so happy with this. Again, already said it, but it couldn't be any better. I absolutely love it. So that is my review of the Pantasy Popeye and Olive Oil set. I absolutely love it. I know I say that about most sets that I review, but this one has just hit me in the nostalgia feels because, as I said, it's so accurate at depicting the characters from the cartoon, and the fact that there's like the printed pieces, the added detail with like adding in the lighthouse, the cat, the anchor, the spinach can of course, and all those like really interesting kind of building techniques with the waves, and the fact that we're able to maneuver the buildable characters as well into different poses, and we have different printed pieces that allow us different faces. I think we're spoiled for choice. We're spoiled with this set and I absolutely love it. Cannot wait to display it even if it is in my bathroom. It means that we'll definitely see it every day. And yeah, I absolutely recommend anyone getting a hold of this if they also enjoyed Popeye when they were younger, or maybe still watch it now, who knows. But yes, I want to say a massive thank you to Pantasy for sending this out. I am super excited to review another set that they sent out, which is very relevant to this one. And I would really urge anyone to consider buying it. I think it's just great. It's just so cool. But yeah, I will put all of the information that you will need in the description below if you would like to purchase the set, including any discount codes. So yes, thank you again for watching another one of my reviews. They just, oh, I just love it so much. It makes me so happy. But yeah, thanks again everyone. So please like the video if you found it useful, and please consider subscribing as well. Until next time, bye!